What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Wednesday morning edition of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You can follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. You can follow BettingPros on Twitter at BettingProsNFL. We are here on BettingPros.com. We're also on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts across the great wide scape of the internet, plus our BetMGM offer, which is always right above me on YouTube, that $20 offer to win $100 on any event, win or lose. When you use that promo code JUICE100 when you sign up for a new account at BetMGM or BetMGM.com, and the $600 free wager, thanks to BetMGM, if you are in, up to $600, if you're in DC with a new account involving BetMGM. All right, so yesterday wasn't a good day. The Discord bet loses again. I thought that was a good bet. I liked that bet a lot, and it was really well explained on the Discord channel chat. That falls now to 5-7. I know there was some discrepancies going on as to like what the actual record was, but it was 5-6. We had gone 4-6, and then we won one to go 5-6, and now we're 5-7. That's the actual mark for the Discord bet. So that loses. So we're still 2 games under 500 there for that. So that's unfortunate, but it doesn't count for the record. So it's just a 0-0 mark. I lost the bet, like you guys lost the bet, but it does not account for the official Daily Juice record, which is fine. I appreciate that. And we go 1-2 with the one win being the 5 runs scored in the first inning by the Nationals against the Pittsburgh Pirates. So it was a sweat there at the top. The Pirates went pretty quick in the top of the first, but then the Nationals put a 5 spot on, so that was good. So we got that right at a half a unit. That was nice at minus 115. And, that bet is the same as losing an entire game in the NBA or an entire game when it comes to the when it comes to the NHL. So, look, I think it's worth coming in and betting that consistently. I'm not going to make that the bet every single day. There are certain spots that we're going to look at and we'll jump in. But I have been betting this pretty consistently, and I'll come back and bet it again tomorrow. I think the Pirates are just on a ridiculous run here, and it'll be a personal play some days. It'll be an official play some other days. I just think you have to sort of, jump in on this because of where the Pirates are. It's 43-22 now, I think, is the official record for runs in the first inning. And, when you look at the starting pitchers for tomorrow and where we are with Pittsburgh and Washington again, Chase DeJong has been pretty good. This is the guy I think it might be 0-3 when it comes to runs in the first inning against Paolo Espino. I don't know much about that guy, but his ERA is pretty good, 2.78. So this is a day where I don't anticipate a run being scored, so I don't want to make it an official play. But I think as the days go on and you start looking at the Pirates, I just think betting it basically blindly right now is not a bad idea, even though I don't love it for an official play coming up on Wednesday. On Thursday, on Friday, I guess they don't play Thursday, but on Friday and beyond, we'll take a look at the pitching matchups, and if both pitchers are really bad to it, we'll make it an official play. So we got that right yesterday, the only thing we got right, because, look, the Nets, if you bet, I think the closing number was 221.5, and if you bet under, you lost because they scored 222. It was right there, but I would have gotten a better number. It wouldn't have mattered because I would have lost the bet anyway. But James Harden getting cleared to play is a frustration. And frankly, it does factor into my betting tonight when it comes to Joel Embiid and the Atlanta Hawks, because I'm not positive Joel Embiid's healthy, and I'm not positive that there's not going to be, he wakes up tomorrow morning, he goes to the arena, and they say he's out for Game 5. It won't shock me at all with that meniscus tear. So I was talking to Matt Moore of the Action Network on my show yesterday, on my radio show, and he went back to 2017, the last time Joel Embiid injured his knee. And basically it was like 1 game in, 1 game out, 1 game in, 1 game out. And when it got bad and the knee swelled up, he just couldn't play. And so they would give it treatment and they would ice it down, and then he'd come back the next day and play pretty well. And then he would play really poorly, and then they'd sit him down. So he was thinking that there's a good shot that Joel Embiid does not play or is limited with his knee injury against Atlanta in Game 5. So for that reason, I'm probably going to look for an in-game wager with Atlanta and with Philly. I would love to get under 5 points on Philadelphia. I do think Philadelphia, if you're seeing a healthy team, a healthy Joel Embiid, I think you ride with Philly. but I don't know how healthy Embiid is. And if he's not, you ride with the Hawks, and the Hawks could win the game outright. And I'm just a little concerned about that, and I can't get involved with that game. So I got burned with James Harden, and that happens. You're just going to kind of take it. And then, man, that first goal for the Islanders was just blah. 4-1 should have been the final. It turns out to be 4-2, so we lose there on the over. It was under 5.5. It went over just barely. So kind of a bad break and kind of just one of those nights that happen when it comes to betting where you get kind of bad. So 1-2 overall, so not really an awful night being down, basically half a unit or so. So not an awful night, but not a great night either. So want to bounce back here a little bit. I do want to take a second to update you guys on a couple of things. First, the Giannis Antetokounmpo signed basketball is up for grabs this month, okay? You need to have registered, and how you do that is very easy. You leave a review on Apple or Stitcher on the Daily Juice page, screenshot it, go to bettingpros.com/juice, fill out the form, drop the picture in, and you are entered into every contest. If you've already done that, you're good. We're at 1,102 as of yesterday reviews for our Daily Juice podcast, which is awesome on Apple. I haven't seen it on Stitcher, but on Apple, it's really great. So if you've not done that yet and you want to win the autographed Giannis signed basketball, hey, pretty cool. You can jump in and do that by simply dropping a review, positive, negative, give us a rating, and go ahead. I think we're at like 4.8 stars on Apple, which is awesome. Really appreciate all the positive thoughts and all the nice things you guys have said. Love that it's part of your day. Love that it's part of your life every single morning for the Daily Juice. It's really, really cool. We're upcoming on our 1-year anniversary. On July the 7th will be the 1-year anniversary. I have no clue what I'm going to do yet for this and like how I'm going to celebrate the 1-year anniversary, but we'll do something fun for the 1-year anniversary for the Daily Juice coming up here in a couple of weeks. I'll be on vacation during that week. I'll actually be in San Diego for that day, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing for it, but I'm going to California. We're going to a place called Temecula where my wife wants to go wine tasting, and then we're going to wind up we're staying at a vineyard, and then we're going to back to San Diego. We did not stay in the city of San Diego the last time we went there over Memorial Day, and my wife, her new favorite place on the planet Earth is San Diego, so we're going to be vacationing a lot in San Diego. So we're going to be in the actual city of San Diego this time. We're staying right downtown for the 4th of July festivities and the fireworks and everything else. So that's where we're going, and so I don't know exactly what we're going to do over the anniversary of the Daily Juice, but we'll do something very fun, some unique bet or something will pop up. But our record right now for the NBA on the season, we are 72-53 for the NBA, up 7 units, including the loss last night. So up 7 units. That's great. We are on the prop betting market. We're 74-59. We're up 1.7 units on NBA props this year. That's great. We are 104-97 in the NHL, and that loss last night dipped us below. We're now losing money on the year. Winning on the number of bets, 104-97, but the juice, this is the problem with sports betting, is that you have to get over on the juice. We're not over on the juice. By my calculations, we are down 0.4 units on the NHL for the year. So hopefully we'll be able to end the year on a high note here and get some W's and kind of move on here and end the year for the NHL season in the positive, in the green. We'll end the year in the green for the NBA, but I love it for the NHL as well because we've been really hammering both the NHL and the NBA for the last 3 months, pretty much exclusively. And so we'll slide over into baseball. I've not seen, let's see, where are we for baseball now? Let me check on the official rankings here to tell you where we are for baseball, given that win we had yesterday for a half a unit on baseball betting. I think it's probably, we might be in the black here for baseball betting. No. Baseball betting, we will go to 16-20, but we're now essentially like down 1.67 units, so not a ton. We started off so poorly in baseball. We were like 5-15 for baseball, so we've got a little bit of a better stretch here. We're still in the green, 5-4 for Major League Baseball player props at 55%, so we're still over on the juice there, so that's nice. But overall, we're still down money in Major League Baseball, so hopefully we're going to change that in the coming weeks. So, all right, let's talk about these plays today. I had to do something kind of exotic today because I don't want to bet the puck line. Okay, I'm going to sprinkle on the puck line, but I don't want to bet it officially for Vegas. You know where I'm going here with Vegas. I'm betting Vegas over the Canadiens. Like, there's no debate there. But I was trying to find different ways to bet this. And so there's only one book in Vegas that does this. I saw this bet at DraftKings as well, but Vegas to win in 60 minutes. They call it a three-way bet here in Vegas, okay? It's a three-way bet. So you can bet a tie at the end of regulation, you can bet Vegas to be winning at the end of regulation, or Montreal to be winning at the end of regulation. It's kind of like it's a soccer bet, essentially. We lost the one soccer bet I made all year. Don't see me betting soccer anytime soon, guys. Just saying. But the Vegas Golden Knights to win. Now, this is juiced entirely here in Vegas because of all the betting that goes on with Vegas. So outside of Vegas, you're going to get a better number than me. I laid minus 180, okay, because I have to. And it's fine. I'll use my Vegas books. It's easier than jumping through the hoops that I got to jump through to get down elsewhere. Stations Casino here in Las Vegas has this bet. This is what they call the local book, Vegas, but it's why you need to have multiple wagers, multiple books. You know, I operate with 6 different books. You guys should as well. Try to find as many different outs as you can to get down because you shop numbers and you get the best line. So if you do have DraftKings, you can get this. I did not check BetMGM. I heard BetMGM has this as well. You may be able to get better odds than what I bet here today. But I'm going Vegas to win in regulation, essentially, three-way bet, 60 minutes. Vegas minus 180 to win the game here without overtime. Game goes to overtime, we lose, okay? Vegas to win in overtime, without overtime, 60 minutes, 1 unit at minus 180 is the first bet of the day. I think Vegas could win this game 3-2. And because of that, I'm going to give you a prop right now. Normally, the prop bets are on the next day. Normally, or on the same day, but later in the day of today, here on Wednesday. Well, there are 2 NBA games. I'll probably have 3 props going today, or maybe I will. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll just do one NBA prop. But for a quarter unit, you can shop and find this. But again, this is at stations in Vegas. Both teams, Vegas and Montreal, to score 2 or more goals in the game tonight. The total is 5.5. 2 or more goals, Vegas and Montreal, at minus 110. The yes is minus 110. The no is minus 120. So it's a little bit juiced up because Montreal may only score 1 goal. They only scored 1 goal in game 1. But Montreal had so many incredible chances to score. And this also gives us a little bit of a hedge on the 1 unit bet. Because let's say Montreal wins the game 3-2. Well, then we've hit this bet and makes back a little money for us on that. So it's a little bit of a hedge, but not really. But it's a quarter unit, okay? Not a big bet, but a quarter unit, same prop bet for both Montreal and Vegas to score 2 goals or more in the game. So if it's a 3-2 win, we're going under. You might go, why don't you bet the over, Matt? Because 3-2 is, 1, not the puck line. 3-2 is also under 5.5 goals. So I think you have to. I like this bet because it eliminates some of the variance there where you might get burned. Montreal scores 2 goals. Vegas scores 2 goals. We're good. Okay, that's all we need. Open net, whatever it may be. That's all we need for this bet to cash. So Vegas without overtime to win, 60 minutes inside regulation, minus 180, 1 full unit, and then quarter unit, both teams to score 2 or more goals coming up here tonight for game number 2 of their best of 7 series here in Las Vegas in the rocking environment that will be T-Mobile Arena. Okay, I told you I'm not touching, because of the Embiid knee situation, I can't touch the Hawks game against Philadelphia at all, but I do have a bet on the Utah Jazz and the LA Clippers. Look, we made quite a bit of money this year betting on the Utah Jazz, and I can't get off of this number. I can't get off the number that at home, Utah is 27-14 against the spread. I just can't get this out of my head. We have trusted the Utah Jazz all year. And we've trusted that, and maybe Mike Conley plays, but maybe he doesn't. I'm not sure they need him or have to have him to play. It would be awesome if he played. But the Clippers win game 3 and game 4. Utah gets embarrassed. They're angry. They're mad. Mitchell's mad. Quinn Snyder's mad. The whole team. I mean, Gobert is mad. They go, to L.A. Clippers win and cover in both. They get blown out in the last game. Clippers cover by 9 and 21.5 in the 2 games in Los Angeles. These were tight games both times, but the number is 2.5. Okay, we're under 3 here. Game 1 was won by 3. Game 2 was won by 6 by the Utah Jazz. They had back-to-back losses after having 7 consecutive covers in 9 out of 10 games they covered. I know everyone's taking the Clippers tonight. I mean, everyone's taking the Clippers. The line opened at 3. It's down to 2.5. You could say sharp money's coming in on the LA Clippers, that they've thrown the switch, that Paul George is awake, and so is Kawhi Leonard. And, you know, the fact that the Jazz, they need Mike Conley because the ball sticks, and it's all about Mitchell, and that's it, and they need another scorer, and Bogdanovich is just a catch-and-shoot guy, and so is Ingles, and if they can't penetrate with Mike Conley, they can't find open shooters, and all the things that make total sense about where this Jazz team is right now. I might be walking into one here. I might be dead wrong here, but I'm laying the 2.5 with the Utah Jazz. They got me here. They helped us get to that record of 72-53. I'm going to ride with the one that got us here. I'm going to go against what everyone's saying that the Clippers are going to win and cover. I'm taking Utah minus 2.5. Again, I might be dead wrong, but I'm taking Utah. I'm taking the home crowd. I'm taking 27-14 against the spread at home this season. 7-3 over the last 10 games and back-to-back losses for the Utah Jazz, and you know they're mad. They're angry. They're mad, and they've got a chance here to take a 3-2 lead at home. They know they have home court advantage. So in the back of their minds, when they got off to a really rough start in Game 4, it felt like there wasn't a huge sense of urgency. I'm going to go ahead and take this here with Utah laying 2.5 for a half a unit up against the LA Clippers. Okay, so Vegas, inside regulation, 3-way bet, whatever you want to call it, minus 180. You can probably get a better price outside of Vegas, but minus 180, full unit for me. Utah, minus 2.5 against the Clippers, half a unit, and both teams to score 2 or more goals for Vegas and the Canadiens at a quarter unit. At minus 110 for that bet coming up here tonight. So those are our 3 plays. I will have at least one player prop, if not more, and I may add officially a play with the Hawks and the Philadelphia 76ers. We'll see. The line is 6. Got to see about Embiid. Can't make this call. Can't make a bet on it until we see. Can't make a prop bet either until we see what Embiid situation is going to be coming up here today for a big Game 5. Those are our plays for a Wednesday's Daily Juice. I've never done that before. Wow, that's my radio show. Daily Juice podcast here on BettingPros.com. Always being brought to you by BetMGM.